you guys. Good morning. Good morning. I hope everybody is well this morning. I'm Brenda Hillard. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator located here in north central Minnesota. We have another gray, rainy day, so perfect, right, for crafting. So what's happening today is we have Coffee and Create right now, 9 o'clock. And following my live, I am hosting Paper Pumpkin on the porch here at my home. So, looking forward to a morning of crafting, and I really am so glad you're here. Let me talk about a few things while we wait for some people to hop on. Let me just check and make sure all is good. Oh, it is. It is. Looking good. I can see we have people on, just nobody's talking yet, but get your coffee. I still have my buffalo plaid. It's still kind of chilly, and I'll come up with something really springy, summery looking here for a coffee cup in just maybe a couple more episodes. So let's flip down to my workstation. Before we go, I do want to say, as I'm pointing at the screen, so right up here, you'll see the April host code for this month. When you place a qualifying order, you will get a card kit in the mail along with a thank you card. You always get a thank you card from me, but with a qualifying purchase, of course, you get something special. The other big news is, as you know, April, right? We have what? Today and tomorrow. And Monday is the last day that you can order from the annual catalog and the mini catalog. So just 2 days, today and tomorrow. If you place your order with me, be sure to use your April host code at checkout. Good morning, Kathy. I'm glad you're here. Good morning, Sister Sarah. How are you? I can't wait for the new catalog to go live on Tuesday. I'm just so into the new products, the new colors, and let me flip down. I'm going to share with you today. Woo, you guys, my camera's all messed up. Hold on. Here we go. Plug in. All right. There we go. Now we're good. I don't know why my camera does that every once in a while, but I'm just going to switch over to go a little more light. All right? So these two catalogs, last day to order, today and tomorrow. Good morning, Carol. Carol, I hope you're joining for Paper Pumpkin on the porch this morning. Let me know. Give me a thumbs up, whatever. There we go. Let's talk about what's happening with the, I should grab them, the new in colors and the returning colors and the brand new color refresh colors. All right, so here are the in colors. These are going to be 23 to 25. This is Wild Wheat, Boho Blue, Pebbled Path, Moody Mauve, and Copper Clay. And I've shown these a couple of times, but the thing I want to add right now is I do have on in my newsletter and on my website, createwithbrenda.com, I am offering an in-color club. So you're going to want to check that out. The last day to sign up for that is going to be Friday, give me just a second. The last day to sign up for that is Friday, May 5th. And the reason being is I have to order all the supplies, cut all of the stuff, package it, and get it to you or mail it out to you. And I want to make sure to get it in before there's any disturbance in quantity and all of that kind of stuff, okay? So you can go out to createwithbrenda.com or check my last newsletter to you and get yourself a spot reserved in my In Color Club. All right, and it tells you everything that's included in the In Color Club on that page. All right, look at this, returning colors. This is exciting, you guys. So Fresh Freesia was one of our In colors that was retiring. So that would have been the, I have to think about this, it would have been the 2021, 2023 In colors. Is that right? Yes. And Fresh Freesia is staying. It got moved into the Subtles collection, and it's a great color. If you aren't familiar with it, check it out. It really is pretty. Another returning In color is Blueberry Bushel. This is gorgeous. It's more of like a royal blue, replaced Pacific Point. It's a richer, really pretty blue. Pretty Peacock is back. This is like that green, dark green blue. Lost Lagoon came back. Lemon Lime Twist. And this actually looks yellow on the camera, but it is definitely not yellow. It is lime green. Berry Burst. And these two together just scream beautiful to me. And then, of course, Misty Moonlight. So these are the returning colors that came back in the color refresh. Awesome, right? 7 of them. All right, so we've got all of those. And now let's show you some brand new colors that came with the refresh. And these are so pretty. So it's Afternoon Azure. It's really like a, I don't know how to explain it, kind of a tropical blue, really pretty. There is Pecan Pie, Bubble Bath, and Lemon Lolly. And just look at these 3 colors together. Aren't they gorgeous? So you're going to want to get your hands on these colors. 11 new colors. Well, like I said, 7 returning, 4 brand new for 11 new colors in our color family lineup. Very cool. And I did send out an email to everybody regarding the retiring colors. So those will be gone as of Tuesday. No more. All right. Ooh, let's get to business. All right. So you know I have my recipe card box, right? And when I was looking through that this week, getting prepared for today's project, I decided we're going to use this one. And the thing I love about this card, and I went through a series of cards a while ago that really focuses on the designer series paper. And this one gives you both, the beauty of seeing both sides of the designer series paper, along with the banner and then the focal point. Okay? But yet, it opens like a card. And isn't this kind of fun to have this little step off? All right, so I'll show you what we've got for that. You're going to need a piece of designer series paper, and the designer series paper measures 5.5 by 6 inches, and we're going to score that. We're going to score it at 4 1/4. Light gray is our scoring tool. So there we have that. Good morning, Beth. Glad to see you. Thank you for the message. Looking forward to seeing you at 10:30. All right, so score it at 4 1/4, and that is just going to fold over like so. Give it a good crease with our bone folder. So now we get to appreciate the daisies and the wild wheat, like the watercolor paper. I love this paper. And let me show you the other papers in this pack. And like I said, these will become available on Tuesday. So this is the Fresh as a Daisy 12 by 12 paper pack. And I know that you are only seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, not 6 patterns, because in this pack there are 2 sheets that look like this. And what you can do with these is cut them apart and use them for card fronts. Isn't this one gorgeous? I love this one. And then all of these fun little pieces to put together. This one's really pretty too. I don't know. I really love it. And then on the back side, it's the Moody Mauve. All right, so that is what the paper pack looks like. And today I did choose to use, as you saw, the Moody Mauve daisies with the wild wheat background. All right, so there's our outside. And I have a piece of basic white, and the basic white measures 5 inches by 8 inches, 5 by 8, scored at 4. And I'll just score that, lining it up here at the top, 4 inches. And again, my light gray scoring blade. I'm going to fold that and give that a crease. So what's going to happen, we're going to put some adhesive on the back of this, and we're going to slip it into our card so it looks like that. And when you put it in, you want it just to try to get as even as you can, top and bottom. Okay? So now our card, when we open it, is going to have this beautiful daisy front and back. And then when we open, we're going to see the wild wheat border. Good morning, Donna. I knew you would like the print. You're that Moody Mauve girl. All right. The other piece I have is a piece of Moody Mauve that measures 2 1/4 by 4 1/4 according to our recipe card. I'm going to zoom in just a little. It feels like I'm kind of far away. There we go. Now I'm going to take my paper snips and I'm just going to fishtail. Now if you want to be exact, you can measure so that it would be 1 1/8, but I'm just going to eyeball. I'm going to snip, and then I'm just going to cut from this corner up to my snip line. And there we have a fishtail banner, okay? All right. So our next step is to introduce the 2 3/8 inch circle punch. Now the other thing I want to tell you about this is it does come with a stamp set called Circle Sayings. And that bundle is included in my In Color Club. So when you get the 5 card tutorial, it will center around the circle sayings. I'm excited. I'm excited for it, and I hope you are too. Good morning, Robin. Welcome. So what I want to do with my punch is I just want to take a scrap piece of wild wheat, and I'm going to just punch a circle. Okay, set that aside. And that's all I'm going to do with the circle punch. And like I said, that Circle Sayings is going to be part of my In Color Club. So if you're wanting to get the In Color Designer Series papers, the Stampin' Blends, the ink pads, the markers, there's all kinds of good stuff in there. You just need to go out and look and see what's all included, okay? So I want to take my Moody Mauve banner, and I'm going to emboss that with the Fern 3D embossing folder. And I just thought ferns were the way to go, because I always feel like the leaves on daisies kind of look like ferns, right? So I'm just going to roll my 3D embossing folder through my, I call it the Boss. This is the standard stamp and emboss machine. So now I get this beautifully embossed fern banner. Set that over there with our circle and our card. And before I put my die cutting machine away, we are going to die cut a little bit here. So platform 1, platform 2, well-loved cutting plate number 3. One of these days I will invest in some new cutting plates, but why right now, right? When there's all kinds of new stuff to get. All right, I have a scrap piece of wild wheat, and I want to show you the cheerful daisies. I showed you the paper, but I want to show you the bundle. So we've got the stamp set and the dies, and let's focus on the dies right now. There's this 3 daisy die with the leaf. You saw me use that a few weeks ago, or maybe, yeah, it was a couple weeks ago. And that's all I want out of the wild wheat. So then I'm going to take a scrap of, let's see, I want a scrap of the new bubble bath. And I better scoot this up so you can see it better. There we go. I'm going to take just the center of the small daisy. Whoops, no, the large daisy. Golly, you guys, sorry. There you go. And that's all I can fit on there for right now. So I'm going to run those two things through my machine. And I'll try not to bump the camera. That's always a trick in my little recording space here. Okay, so there's our pieces. I'm just going to take this out. I love this die. I just think it's so pretty. All right, so there's our 3-piece daisy. And then before I quit on that, I want to cut out the outline in white for the large daisy, okay? Let's get our pink inside. If ever you have trouble with things sticking in there, there's little holes on the dies that are specifically designed to poke them out so you can just easily remove them, okay? What do we have going on here for conversation? Ooh, I don't see anything, but that doesn't mean there isn't. Sometimes I think those are really slow coming in. My chat. All right, so we've got this. And I want another scrap. Maybe I can just fit it all on one. Let's try that. Big scrap of white. I'm going to do the outline. And then I also want to do one more of the 3 daisy. The 3 daisy die, wherever I put it. Let's see. There it is. All right. So I'm going to cut these out. I'm going to take out these little pieces so that it cuts out really nice. Okay. So just like that. And again, we'll wheel it through. Good morning again, everybody. I see we have some new joiners on. All right. So now I have this outline piece of white, which I'm not sure that I'm using that quite yet, but we'll see. And then our 3-piece. And again, I'm just going to use my Take Your Pick tool to poke into, whoops, whoa, that was almost a down and out on the floor. Just to pull out my die cut piece, I should say. So there we have it in white as well as wild wheat. And I want one of these labels. So one more time through, and then I think we're done die cutting. And you're like, thank goodness, right? This label is part of the Cheerful Daisies dies, and it's really, really pretty. It's like stitched, and I just love the rounded corners, the tab, whatever. All right, I'm going to move it off to the side, and we should have all of our pieces now and just kind of be ready to put our card together. So let's bring in these 2 pieces, right? I'm going to add some Stamp and Seal to the back of my card. And then I can just line this up in the crease, crease to crease. Okay. Now, when you put adhesive on here, you want to make sure that you stay within the confines of your card base here. You don't want to go completely to the ends because otherwise you glue that part shut. So I'm just going to do a little bit of Stamp and Seal along the crease and right close to the edge. Okay, so now our card opens like this. Pretty, right? Yes, Nancy Ann, Paper Pumpkin is today. Always the last Saturday of the month. I hope you're at the lake, and I hope you can join us. All right, so now let's bring in our banner piece with the ferns. And I'm just going to add adhesive to the banner, and that can just go right across our card here. All right. We'll bring in our punched wild wheat circle. And what I want to do is I just want to cut the leaves off from this one. Okay, I just want these. I'm going to bring in the white one, and I want to snip off these 2 little daisies and just keep the big daisy with the lead. All right, I'm going to poke these out with my Take Your Pick tool, and I want to leave the little dots that are in the center. I'm just going to leave those right where they are. I'm going to take my little piece that I cut off from the wild wheat. I'm going to add just a little bit of adhesive onto the leaves, and then put those down on top of the white. So then we get this look, okay? And if you use liquid glue, you get just a few minutes to kind of slide it around and position it just where you want it. Okay? So now let's take our pink, this is our Bubble Bath Pink, right, the new color, and I'm just going to add a little bit of adhesive, liquid adhesive to that one. And I want to just lay that down right on the white daisy. So now we get a piece that looks like this with the different colors. Love it, love it, love it. All right, so now to put this piece on, I just again want some liquid glue. Green glue is my friend today. And I'm just going to lay that down on my circle. As you notice, I did not put any adhesive underneath the leaves, okay? So to hold that down and let that dry for a second, I'm just going to put my circle punch on top. And while we're waiting for that, I'm going to bring in the Moody Mauve stamp or ink pad. We'll open that up. And I've got the sentiment from the stamp set, and I don't think I mentioned, but this is photopolymer, so you can see through. There's 15 stamps, and I'm going to be using this Wishing You the Brightest Birthday. So being it's photopolymer, I want to use my little piercing mat here, and let's bring our adorable label in and just ink that up. Right there. I like to hold my stamp on the paper for like the count of 5. And you've probably heard me say that before. Because then the ink has time to penetrate the paper and you get a nice image. Okay? Alright, I'm going to put our ink pad away. And let's bring our card back in. Alright, that looks like it glued down pretty well. Now I want to bring in Stampin' Dimensionals, and those of you that know me know I love my dimensionals. So I'm going to put 3 dimensionals on the back of our wild wheat circle that we punched. And I'm just going to position this like so. Remember our card recipe here? So now we're just adding our focal point. And you can see my leaves are still loose, and that's okay. That's how I want them. I'm going to add a couple dimensionals onto my label, my sentiment label. And I'm going to lay that down just like that, okay? Now you see how this leaf hangs over just a little bit? I want to put just a little tiny bit of liquid glue right here, and that's going to just help hold that leaf in place, okay? And then this one can just kind of be free floating. All right, so there's our card. How do you like that? Now I still thought it needed just a little shine. So is what I did is I brought in my Wink of Stella and I added a little touch of shine to the bubble bath overlay on the daisy. I'm going to show you something here in just a minute too and see what you think. But, right? So there's our card for today. Beth, thank you. I'm glad you like it. It's always hard and towards the end, like this catalog transition thing, because you you want to use the new things, but yet they aren't available for you for purchase yet. But just know that Tuesday is the day. Tuesday is the day that you can order from the annual catalog. All right? And if you are a current customer of mine, you should have received your catalog in the mail. Oh, Robin, thanks. I am loving these daisies. And even if you aren't a daisy lover, I really think you can make them almost look like a chrysanthemum too. So let me show you something I was playing with when I was designing this. Oh, I forgot. I have this little strip that was left. It's just a 1/2 inch strip. And I'm going to cut it to, I always get so far ahead of myself. All right. I'm going to cut it so that it's 5 inches long, just like the inside of our card, okay? So I just want 5 inches. So I just have this little teeny tiny piece I'm not going to use. And then I'm going to put some Stampin' Seal. And I wanted to put this just on the inside because I felt like when you opened the card, I wanted this daisy paper to carry through. So by adding that, you get that blend of color, which I really, really loved. And then there was another little piece that I had in my bin that I decided would be perfect for my envelope. So I'm going to just put this right over on the side, and that way whoever I send this card to is going to get a peek, just a little peek of what's inside. So snip off that excess, and there, my friends, we have our card for Coffee and Create with Brenda today. All right, so let me show you what I was talking about with it looking like a chrysanthemum. So what I did is I punched a bubble bath circle. I have the wild wheat daisy background with the basic white overlay, and then here's the small pink daisy overlay, and look how that makes the flower pop and look so totally different. Don't you agree? I don't know. I really loved it. And I had a hard time deciding, should I do pink circle or wild wheat? And I went with wild wheat because I thought it really brought in more of the wild wheat background paper, and then but you have to admit, the pink is kind of fun too. So let me know in comments, what do you think? Do you think wild wheat or bubble bath? Anyway, that's today's card. Be sure to like, comment, share, because that's what helps me grow my viewership and my business. And I thank you in advance for that. And yeah, I'll do a drawing off from the comments to see who I will mail a card out to this week, okay? Be sure to comment, be sure to like, be sure to share. All right, and I will be uploading to YouTube for any of you that had trouble viewing on Facebook or are not on Facebook. Robin, you like wild wheat? Donna likes wild wheat. I know. That's what I ended up liking as well. But you have to admit, the pink is kind of pretty. Bubble bath. I keep calling it pink, which it is, but bubble bath. All right, you guys. Until next Saturday, bye for now.